What's up, guys? It's Ray J back with another video. And in this one, I want to break down what's happening with SPY, Tesla, and the overall markets. I'm going to break down why the market's holding up quite nicely so far, and some important things to look out for as time goes on. Just know that I am not a financial planner, so take nothing I'm saying as financial advice. Anyways, as far as Tesla and the market are going, we're actually holding up at some key supports. We're seeing SPY trying to push. It is quite flat in a range, but Tesla, of all things, is showing some strength. So for Tesla, we're looking for an attempt to get up to about 275 a share near the 200 EMA. If we end up losing like around that 266 area, we could turn back down to 260. But as so long as we're above that, we're favoring 275 for now. Now, when it comes to news, I just want to say that today is Friday, and just keep in mind we just got the Michigan Consumer Sentiment Report. Consumer sentiment was actually above expectations for once, which is not too bad. The 5-year inflationary expectations was quite good. Everything else was quite decent overall, actually. I would actually argue that it's better than what we saw previously because sentiment improved a little bit for the week. As a result, you guys can see the market is still liking that data. Now, as far as Tesla goes, there's been a lot of protests that are still going on against Elon Musk and the team. Not the best of news so far, but hopefully Elon Musk could turn things around as they, get back to the work they're going to be doing as he returns back to, Tesla, at least for the time being. And then on top of this, there's been some news about President Trump. He is saying that China's leader Xi has called him and that the US and China are in trade talks. So that is some, promising news. If anything, the fact that, they are still in talks now, the fact that he claims she called him, which, would be a good piece of news technically. But we want to see what else ends up happening with these negotiations. There is some news coming out that China might be rolling back its 125% tariffs on certain US imports. So that's a decent piece of news, but this is yet to be confirmed. And there's also some news that President Trump might be giving the auto industry some relief because he might be adjusting his tariff policies. So we'll see how that ends up going as well. But we'll be very, very patient for this. Just to be very, very clear about this, he might be exempting some car parts for parts of the tariffs on China, according to reports. I haven't heard President Trump confirm this yet, so we're going to be waiting to see what ends up happening. So keep that in mind. Besides that, like I said before, Google had good earnings. That's why the market kind of liked that. So we'll just have to see how things continue from here. As far as Tesla goes, we're looking for 275 as a target. I just don't want to see us lose 266, and we're looking pretty good so far. We're looking bullish, so far a great job by Tesla. As far as SPY is going, we're looking a bit more bullish, but just for confirmation, I don't want to see us lose like 544. If 544 fails, we could be retesting like 540, then 537. I want to see us continue to break out, get back above like 550. If that breaks, we're looking for 555 as a target for next week. I don't want to see 544 fail us, and we do have potential to continue to push for 548 and 550. For the QQQ, if we end up losing essentially 466, we could be dumping back down towards like 460. We have the potential to push up to about 473, so there is some upside potential in this as we're making higher lows. So overall, it looks pretty good in my opinion, but I want to see if this could continue as time goes on. So make sure you watch 473 as a potential target on the QQQ. I don't want to see us lose that like 465, 466 area. As long as we're above that, we're looking quite decent. Let's just hope that it tries to hold up. As long as it holds up, we could try to go higher, especially going into next week. On the IWM Russell 2000, we're looking a bit more bullish. We're technically making higher lows. If we lose 188, it's going to be a bad sign, and I want to see us get back above 195 to continue, so there's potential nonetheless. On ES, we're looking pretty good. We haven't fully filled this gap up here yet. There's a small gap around 55.80. I need to see if this can break past 55.24. It's a tough resistance. That's why we're seeing the market kind of chopping around a bit. If we break and hold above 55.24, we could try to push higher. That's going to be on a 4-hour basis. If we end up losing 54.80, we could turn back down towards 54.40. So I hope that we hold above 55.25 to continue to go higher. On NQ, I want to see us hold above 19,260. As long as that holds, we're looking for an attempt to push to about 19,600. If we end up losing support at 19,250, we're going to be looking for a move back down to like 19,000. I just hope that we hold 19,260 to continue, so keep that in mind. Bitcoin's looking bullish. We're looking for 96,000 as our target. I do see this going a bit higher. Nvidia looks bullish. We have an inverse head and shoulders pattern. This could actually push up to about 112 by next week. There is potential in Nvidia. On Apple, we're just consolidating. I would not want to see this lose 200 as long as we're above that. We're looking for an attempt for 213. For Coinbase, we're looking bullish. We're actually favoring 212 or so, especially off this inverse head and shoulders. On Amazon, we're looking pretty good. I just don't want to see us lose essentially support at 185. We could be looking for an attempt for 190 as long as that holds. So I want to see 185 hold. On Meta, I don't want to see us lose 527. We are kind of dipping a little bit. We might retest 536 to 540, but we need to try to bounce off of that to eventually push back up towards like the 560s. For Microsoft, there's an inverse head and shoulders here as well. I want to see if we could hold 387. If that holds, we're looking for an attempt for 392. If we end up losing 384, we're turning back down, but I think this is actually favoring the upwards direction. And then in terms of Google, we're also looking a bit more bullish as we're making higher lows. I want to see us get back and hold above 168. If that's the case, we're looking for a rebound. We need to get back above 168 to really continue on Google. But it's not doing too bad, right? We're still technically in a range between 165 and 170, but there is still some upside potential. The VIX is at support here. We're going to be watching to see, does the VIX fail here? Does it end up losing the 25 areas, start dumping to fill this gap, or does it get some kind of bounce? For now, there is weakness, so keep that in mind. We'll be watching to see how well the market could hold up. There is still upside potential in Tesla nonetheless. Thank you for listening, guys. I'll be back with another upload very soon, and peace out.